This is crazy, yo. Chat. Long story short, YouTube took down my goddamn live, so that's why y'all couldn't see me. Feel me? I'm not even gonna do a starting scream or none of that, bro, cause they get me tight, bro. Like they acting like I got millions of views or some shit, but like, let's get straight into it. Let's rewind this shit. Feel me? Feel me? This is some crazy one here, chat. No cap. The cops have no idea they're inside his murder shack. Let's get into it. No cap.
Because I guess it was raining, and he wanted to get this undercover.
So you weren't here when Dylan came down here?
He's a friend of mine.
Sure. You don't get rid of friends.
That sounds suspicious.
This is Jim Brenner, a farmer living in the remote Utah desert. Police don't know it yet.
In the desert.
He's showing them the exact building where a missing teenager was murdered just days earlier.
He's retarded. He's retarded. Oh my god. If he's the murderer, he's retarded. Cause why would you take him straight to the murder? No cap.
19-year-old Dylan Rounds had left his family to go work on his farm, but after being spotted buying supplies at a local shop, he would vanish without a trace. Strangely, no one in the small, quiet town seemed surprised.
Yeah, it sounds suspicious to me.
This was not uncommon.
I told that kid to stay the hell out of Montello.
That whole town is
Whoa. Stay the hell out of my town.
Another guy pointed a gun in my freaking face.
As days stretched into weeks, detectives chased a mounting list of suspects. Thieves, violent criminals, drug dealers. Yet from the very beginning, the truth was there, hidden in plain sight. Nobody.
Is that a foot? Is that a foot? Oh.
In plain sight, by someone nobody suspected.
Nah, bro. Mr. Dr. Insanity. Let's get into insanity.
It all began on a quiet evening when police received calls from a concerned family member reporting their son, Dylan Rounds, missing from his farm in Utah. They hadn't heard from him in over 2 days, and when they went to his property to check, there was no sign of him anywhere. A deputy was dispatched to Dylan's farm to meet with his family, but on his way there, he was stopped by a neighbor of Dylan, claiming he might know what happened to him.
He's been hanging out over that bar in Montello, and I could give you some names of some scumbags over there, but he's been shooting his mouth off about how much money he's making. And there's one guy, Chase Ventra. He's over there, and he can do anything he wants. He's been robbing, stealing, and everything, and the Elko County Sheriff won't do anything about it. And if you talk to his mother, she knows more about it, but he ran into Chase on the Tacoma Road the other day, and Chase kind of scared him a little bit.
What's your last name again, Jim?
Jim Brenner. Well, I'll let you get
Jim
out
Brenner.
Disturb the
What a
crime
name.
scene.
Okay, thank you.
As the conversation ended, Jim Brenner's strange remark about a crime scene left the deputy curious, since no crime was yet confirmed. It was an unsettling comment that would soon become a disturbing reality.
I smelled something.
For now, though, the deputy took note of this information and continued towards Dylan's farm.
Ooh, we
to
got a
speak with
baldy
his
in the
family.
case. Hold on.
no guns in there.
No guns in there?
Like he said, he has a 40 that he puts in the door right beside.
A 40 cow? A 40 cow?
Did you just pop the back window?
I broke it out.
At first glance, Dylan's red Ford truck appeared oddly abandoned, bearing signs of minor damage. But what concerned his father the most was that Dylan's
Damn, that's
guns
his
had
dad
mysteriously
on his
vanished
truck.
from the trailer. A
Oh
detail
my
that was
god.
strange on its
Imagine,
own.
chat, you
Wanting
go to
learn
your
more about
your
Dylan,
son's
the deputy
trailer, you
turned
just
to
find
speak
his
with
truck
mother. She had
on
her
and
own
shit, like,
troubling information to
just
share
a
about
gun in it?
Dylan's recent
Yeah.
run-in with a local criminal.
What does he farm for out here?
Himself.
Or what does he farm for? Grain or
Yeah, grain.
grain?
Yeah.
James stopped me when you guys were around me. Was talking to me. He said that you knew something about a run-in he had with a guy named Chase.
Yeah, on Wednesday, but they told me that's normal, so.
I know a lot of the people.
I don't know about that being normal, mama.
I only know
Hold on.
from what people say.
Dylan's mother confirmed her son had in fact encountered Chase Venstra recently, the same person Dylan's neighbor had earlier described as a local thief and criminal. Given what the
Can you hear me
deputy
good,
learned
chat?
so
Can you hear
far,
me good?
it seemed like Dylan might have unknowingly placed
can hear me
himself in
good.
danger. At just 19, he purchased 640 acres of land with his grandfather for an estimated $200,000 to $300,000.
Whoo! Little boy rich.
And built a reputation for his ambitious dreams of running a huge farm. But according to his neighbor, Dylan's confidence may have made him a target, as he often frequented rough local bars and talked openly about his financial success.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance app solves.
After rehashing some more details with Dylan's parents, the neighbor, Jim Brainer, and his close friend, Donald Hately, arrived to help. Both men knew Dylan well. Jim was living in a trailer near Dylan's farm and occasionally helped him with chores. And Donald was a longtime friend of the family and a supportive mentor to Dylan's farming ambitions. But unbeknownst to everyone at the time, both men knew something more about Dylan's disappearance. Something they weren't ready to share yet.
I did get a ping.
Okay.
The last location was 15.4 miles from the boat line tower.
God damn.
Which puts him on this
15
back road.
miles, man? Come on, man.
Would that hit him walking? Okay, that's I know my son, and that's the shortest route to his camp.
If he walked, the road ends right out here. If he walked, he would have cut across this field.
But that's as close as cell phone, Pete. Not in town, not. It's out here.
Mm-hmm. Off of that road, the back road into the compound.
And we go down to where it is?
Yeah.
What time was that? Does it tell you?
And that was at 14:58.
So right after.
So just before 3 o'clock.
Right after you left. So he must have pulled in right behind you. You dropped off the grain truck, and I'm telling you, I bet you he took off walking.
Well, how do you get to that road from? So we don't have to go all the way back to Lucerne Pond and over.
No, I guess
Perfect.
okay.
Following this lead, they quickly headed to the shed area to investigate. That's when they discovered the first troubling sign of foul play. Dylan's boots were found stained with blood, discarded about
Oh
100
my
yards south of the shed.
God.
The
From
deputy
his
immediately
crib,
secured the boots to
100
send them off for
yards?
DNA testing and called another deputy to help search the shed and the surrounding property. However, they had no way of knowing that the biggest clue they were looking
Nah,
for was
that is
submerged 20 feet deep
crazy.
in a pond nearby.
In a
There's just some
pond?
boots out there they've only been out there for a day or two. You didn't see anybody else around here?
I left here about 1:30, went over to Don's, and I was there until about 9 o'clock at night. And when I come back, that truck was here. It's just one thing after another. But he's a friend of mine.
Sure. You don't get rid of friends. Those two boots out there, they're brand new. Like they've only been out there. They're the same color leather as your boots. And they're the same ones he wears. So we're just curious of why his boots would be out there. Same size he wears. They've only been out there probably for a day or two.
He might have threw them out.
Same size.
Does he know that's a dump out
Yeah.
there? He does?
He's got electronics and shit in there. Maybe
Nah, this little nigga
Well,
looks
shit, he was
suspicious. No
here.
cap chat.
he had been here. Brought the truck here.
Yeah. Huh, that would make sense.
Based on Jim Brenner's timeline, whatever happened to Dylan likely occurred between 1:30 p.m. and 9 o'clock p.m., the hours when Jim left the shed to visit his friend, Donald Hately. Police quickly verified Brenner's timeline with his friend Donald, who confirms that they had dinner together during that time. With Dylan's exact movements still unclear, deputies requested a helicopter to scout the area from above, looking for any trace of Dylan.
So who owns this right here? That's the guy that he's a partner with. This is where he dropped the grain truck off. Where's this grain truck? It's back into that silver building there. So the big one. Yep. Do you want to go up higher, Mike, or you could, please? Do a nice higher over. You can look at everything with a camera, and then we'll come back down and see if we see anything with her.
After a
That looks like a
full
spot
search
somebody
of the
would die
area,
at.
No sign of Dylan or any indication of where he might have gone was found. In the following days, the search efforts continued, and Daniel's family, alongside local volunteers, joined in.
Oh my
Despite
God, this
their
was on the
best efforts going
news,
through the
y'all.
area, they too came up empty. Attention soon turned to the local criminal Chase Venstra. Both Dylan's mother and his neighbor Jim mentioned a recent encounter between the two, making Chase one of the last people to see Dylan alive. Additionally, Chase already had a history of violent run-ins with the law, including a 10-hour armed standoff with police in 2016.
Nigga. What?
All the wrong reasons.
10 hours, bro? Like, 10 hours saying this for 10 hours.
It was their perfect chance to bring him in for questioning. But when officers arrived at the house to arrest him, Chase was nowhere to be found, potentially already on the run from police. Officers quickly began searching the town, asking if anyone had seen Chase recently. Locals directed them to the Montello Cowboy Bar, a place known to be frequented by Chase. Following this lead, officers headed to check the bar, where they would soon learn that Dylan and Chase's encounter may have been more dangerous than anyone realized. But before we get to that, it's worth noting that incidents like these are not only traumatic for those directly involved, but they can often have the same effects on you when you face difficult situations in your own life.
Nah, this is tragically though, like, no cap.
On my own, and there are professionals whose expertise is guiding people like me towards feeling.
All right now, stop with the sponsor. Ain't nobody giving you no sponsor. I mean, feel me? Kind of are, but like, BetterHelp. Anybody need help? Go to BetterHelp.
Let's get back to the officers at Montello Cowboy Bar, where a conversation with the locals was about to reveal how Dylan's encounter with Chase may have turned violent.
We're trying to find a kid named Dylan Rounds.
Oh, I know. We got locals out here looking for him too. Oh, they went out that way because he was out to loose end. I was hearing Kurt say something about he had a confrontation with that Chase kid.
Yeah, that's who I'm looking for. Where do we find him?
I'm kind of worried about it because if Dylan did walk back from where he left the grain track and Chase got a hold of him vulnerable, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Walking back, something bad could have happened because there was a bad injury with a kid just out here that got his face smashed in by the butt of a gun, and the whole camper shell was all bashed in and stuff.
Where do we find Chase? Is he from here? Does he live here?
Yeah, he does. He doesn't. He's from around here. This is where he hangs out.
He's staying out here. He was.
Where was he staying at?
Damn, that's just tragic, Chad. No cap.
And they finally told him to get the hell out of town and stay at
Of course, he came back because he was just seen out here.
Damn, he should have stayed out of town, Chad. Something bad could have happened. Yes.
Confrontation between Chase and Dylan was more likely than ever.
Yeah, something bad definitely happened, bro. Bro is just out here talking about his bread and shit. Like,
mentioned another recent incident involving Chase. Sensing there might be more to this, the officer decided to pull her aside for a private conversation. At this point, police still considered Dylan's case a missing person, but what the bar owner detailed next would soon shift this case to one of potential homicide.
Why was Chase and him having an issue, do you know?
So Kurt told me, and I was overhearing part of the conversation, saying that Dylan was just driving down the road and Chase stopped him and said, "Hey, got some water?" He was like, "Hey, do you know Kurt?" And I guess they got in an altercation about that because Chase was like, "Kurt's an asshole," and Dylan was like, "No, he's not. You know, he's a good guy. I work for, I do work for him, blah, blah, blah." There was an altercation. Then he went on his way, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken the conversation, that was the same day that he drove the grainer over to wherever and then whoever was there couldn't give him a ride back, so he possibly walked. That's all I know about the conversation.
How does the kid getting hit with the butt of a gun, does that figure into this at all?
I think it does. I think there's some.
oh shit, bro got smacked with the gun. He got smacked with the gun. See, whoever smacked him with the gun did want to kill him.
He woke up to the butt end of a gun into his face. They smashed his camper.
How old was he?
I don't know, 30s. Has a family, has kids. He's out here, bought land out here, so I'm trying to homestead.
He's not out here.
No, imagine. No, he left his property go, he's gone.
Oh my god, I'm getting tired of these fucking ads, man. Come on, man. Stop adding me, bro. Like, We just trying to react, man. There you go. Yeah, this nigga look like a criminal, chat.
Extreme violence. If he attacked someone else recently, he easily could have done the same to Dylan. But
Damn.
what no one had realized yet was that police were looking in the wrong direction the whole time.
Oh my
far more
god.
dangerous and guilty was hiding
Far more
right
dangerous.
under their noses.
I ain't gonna lie, from right here, chat. That's how true it is. I got a little. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So if they're saying it's somebody else, it can't be this dude right here. So this one right here is giving us info, and we haven't seen these two. So it has to be either one of these two blurred, because they're blurring for a reason. But I think it's this guy with the tats right here, with the cash tat and shit. It has to be this guy right here. The white man is the most dangerous, chat, for me.
The next day, while the search for Chase continued, Dylan's family reached out to police. They were conducting their own investigation and wanted to share new information they'd uncovered. Information suggesting Chase may not have acted alone.
So this is the family.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me again what you have suspicion to believe right now.
So on 525 is when Dylan ran into Chase with the desert and called me right after. He had no shoes on. Dylan wouldn't let him take his phone or give him a ride, but he did allow him to call his dad on speakerphone in Ogden, Utah.
Okay. Dylan allowed Chase.
Dylan allowed Chase to, and then he gave him some coke and his dad
Coke?
called Dylan back, and Dylan sent the pin.
Whoa, man, did we just hear coke? Whoa.
Utah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Dylan allowed Chase to,
Okay.
and then he gave him some coke.
And then he gave him some coke. Whoa, the coke right here. I think the coke had the problem here. I think this is why little boy died, because of the coke.
And then his dad called Dylan back, and Dylan sent the pin from his phone to where Chase was.
Okay.
So then we fast forward to 528, which was Saturday. Dylan was heard from in the morning. He talked to his grandma, and he was going to take the grain truck to the shed to put it in shelter because it was
Wednesday, 5:25, 5:28. Dylan running the Chase in the desert. Ran into a Chase. Okay, so he ran into a Chase in the desert. Dylan drops a green truck off that shed. Come on, bro.
So at this point, we assumed he was walking back across the desert to his camper because he didn't have.
Okay, so this is the time they can't figure what happened between this time. This is where they can't figure it.
A ride. Yeah.
Okay. Is that how it is?
Lucin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So then 529, they continued to look for him. 530, we all got here to Dylan's last known location in Lucin, filed the police report, got search and rescue out. That's the night we found Dylan's boots about 400 yards from where his last known location was, tossed out behind a dirt pile, just out in the desert. So then today we kept searching, and that's when these guys got us the information, about 3 o'clock today? We know that this Robert guy took Chase out to the desert where Dylan is the day Dylan went missing.
The man Dylan's mother mentioned would turn out to be Robert Aviles. He had an active arrest warrant and reportedly gave Chase Venstra a ride to Dylan's place on the day he disappeared. The family also suspected that Chase could be at Robert's house, so finding him became a priority in locating their prime suspect.
Robert, why are we getting? Oh my God, we're getting real addresses here.
Officers quickly moved to track down Robert Aviles, and their first stop was Robert's residence, where they came into contact with his mother.
I don't know who that would be.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I have no idea.
He's supposed to be hanging out with a guy
Oh my God, Robert is the guy that I think killed him.
named Chase and Robert.
Yeah, look chat, that's Robert.
Okay, I don't know. Chase might have an idea, but my son's been homesick, and he's been in bed all day, and he's been home all night. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
She's capping for her son, chat. She's capping. I feel like she's capping.
So who's all in your house?
Nobody.
Nobody's in there right now?
No, my son is in his trailer.
And where's that at?
In the backyard.
In the backyard?
Yeah.
Well,
What's
we're just trying to find it.
And
This kid
no
is-
one came home with him. So,
Nobody came home with him?
No.
Okay. Is Chase here?
No. I don't let Chase on my property after I found him inside my home when I wasn't home.
We were told that there's possibly a kidnapping.
Nigga, what did she just say?
Found him inside my home.
Okay, but what was he doing in your home? Did you give him consent or not? I mean, she didn't, but like, what was he doing in the crib?
I wasn't home.
We were told that there's
He was definitely in there with your kid, wasn't he? With your kid. He had to be in there with your kid.
Feel free to look around.
Hostage situation? Like he's not being.
No,
See, that's why we're here, ma'am. I'm not about a car.
Look around if you want to. But there's
Is that
no one
okay?
here but my son and he's sleeping.
around
After speaking with Robert's mother, officers conducted a thorough search of the property, but found no sign of Dylan or Chase. But they soon located Robert inside his trailer, and he was quickly arrested and transported to the police station for questioning. When detectives placed Robert in the interrogation room, they expected resistance and lies, but instead, Robert didn't hold back.
So you said that Chase had taken guns from somebody. Did he admit to you, like, where he got his guns?
No, this is what I thought he got arrested for the first time. What he was in jail for when I came back. I asked Chase that. I was like, hey man, I heard you got arrested. He's like, nah, that's just all Montello gossip, blah, 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 right? So I'm kind of weary after giving him a ride. I tried to show one of my mom's friends, been out there in the community for a long time. He gave me his scenario. He thinks Chase did it too, okay? Now, I don't know the time frames because I'm not good with time like I told you guys. I did the best I could by contacting the store lady and asking her what day I gave Chase a ride. You know, because I didn't even know what day
Shut your ass up. No, he did not call nobody.
I gave Chase a ride. I didn't even know what day the kid came up missing. I didn't even know there was a kid missing until the Nevada police came knocking on our door wanting to search our residence. You know what I mean? And that's the truth.
Although Robert admitted giving Chase Venstra a ride, he couldn't provide any clear information on Chase's current whereabouts and maintained his innocence throughout the rest of his interview. However, Robert made one thing clear. He believed Chase was involved and might have even killed Dylan.
Damn. So I got it wrong. I goddamn. I really thought it was.
And might have even.
I really thought it was this guy right here, chat. No cap. I really thought it was this nigga right here, cause he looked like a killer. No cap. But
Clear.
damn.
He believed Chase was involved and might have even killed Dylan.
So it is this nigga. Before Dylan found.
The following night,
Damn, it took them 700 days. Rounded up.
It seemed someone had quietly returned and tampered with items inside. An officer was quickly sent out to photograph
Oh my
and
God.
document the scene, accompanied by Dylan's father, who'd share more details about the troubling discovery.
Okay, the shotgun is in a house in Rigby. Okay. That is my grandfather's that I bought, and he has a room up there, and that was the 40 is not in here. We looked in his camper, didn't find it.
What is that background noise? I hate that background noise.
No key fob for the truck, so when I broke the window, the alarm went off. We undid the battery. No key fob. We looked in his camper and all the cupboards and stuff, looked in the bathroom, nothing. My mother came here. She has real bad arthritis. My sister was here. We were all out searching. She used the bathroom. Dylan hadn't flushed it. Just seeing here is really nasty. So my sister went in and cleaned it. Still no gun. Later, my son and JD came in, and the gun was sitting on a sink. It's outside of the bathroom, but right by the bathroom door where the toilet and the shower is the sink, but it's not in the bathroom. The gun was sitting right there with the clip outside of it. Okay. Sitting there. So my son and JD didn't think much of it. They grabbed the gun, put it in my truck. I didn't think much of it. Oh, they found the gun. I don't know. Then we started realizing that it wasn't there when my sister cleaned the bathroom for my mom to use and all that, and it was there.
Wouldn't you realize though that a gun came in your crib? Cause if you know that you're the only one with a gun and you lost your gun, I mean, like, I do get him from a side, but like, you would realize if a new weapon came in your crib. Am I right or am I wrong, chat?
Discovery was an alarming indication that someone was actively trying to cover up their involvement in Dylan's disappearance. But his father had one more thing to share. Something about an old confrontation with someone police hadn't yet fully considered in their investigation.
What was Chase's ties to out here? I don't know about Chase. Okay. Hardly any. But the whole town knows him. But that whole town, it's a crazy place. They're just all like, they're all nutty for one thing. The only people that I know of that really were in contact with Dylan is I hear the Chase guy, I didn't know it. But Don and Jim. Jim was the guy the place you guys were. Okay. Jim came out here and helped. Jim came to Rigby, where I live. I live in Rigby and Idaho Falls area. Dylan bought like 800 pigs or something from the Midwest when the pandemic hit, whatever, the corona. They brought them to my farm last pissed, and Jim was there, and I unleashed on him, told him to get the hell out of here. He called Dylan, told him he was going to blow my head off. Dylan called me, he got all mad. So when I found out he was going to blow my head off, I had to go see, and he's walking down the lane of the farm with a big old pistol, and my dad calmed him down and calmed me down. Then he came back this winter to my shop to work on that seed truck. Fine, everything was fine, and I realized he's Dylan's friend. I'm not going to worry about this, you know what I mean? I got to mend ties with and stuff.
According to Dylan's father, there were no further escalations after his confrontation with Jim Brenner at the time. At this point, no one had any real reason to suspect Jim Brenner or Donald Hately. After all, they'd been
I mean, if it was really him though, chat, like, look at him. You wouldn't think this nigga's a killer. You would just think this nigga's helping you. Plus, he was the first nigga to come up and help. And like, feel me? So he looks worried. Why did I double click? I'm sorry.
Family, joining search and rescue efforts and fully cooperating with police. However, the confrontation described by Dylan's father was serious enough for the officer to take note of it. After leaving the scene, he passed this information to detectives, prompting a deeper look into Jim Brenner's past, and what detectives uncovered wasn't entirely unexpected. A criminal past including convictions for aggravated assaults and multiple weapons charges, as well as a pre-existing federal active warrant for being a restricted person in possession of a firearm. Brenner's violent history and his close proximity to Dylan's farm were enough for detectives to flag him as a person of interest.
Yeah, bro, there you go, bro. See, bro, they just had to find a little info of it, bro.
Alongside their primary suspect.
Primary suspect now? Oh, yeah, he became a primary suspect. Nah, it took them.
Officers moved
it didn't even take him 700 days.
Brenner's arrest warrant and bring him in for questioning. They soon spotted him casually heading back towards the grain shed with his close friend Donald Hately.
What could I do for you guys?
Well, we just had a couple things we wanted to talk to you about. We're still trying to figure stuff out, you know, and just have you guys heard or seen anything these days? Anything new?
This trash over here. I know names. I know people. I know and nobody seems to want to listen to me. They're the ones coming over stealing shit.
Are they?
Yeah. Chase Vestra. Chase Vestra and Robert Aviles are the ones that.
See, now that's suspicious that he's framing other niggas. Now they really gonna get on that nigga ass now.
Robbed Michael Moore up here. But everybody keeps saying, that's we need Clark Pullen. You need to kick friggin' rat's nuts over there open, and people are going to start talking. That's the only way you're going to find out about Dylan. There's a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to let you know about it now. From Maryland? So we're going to pick you up, take you to jail with us. Oh, God damn it. So what I want you to do, I know before you talk, you place your hands on your head for me. Interlock your fingers, okay?
Jim pointing fingers at Robert and Chase was understandable, given witness statements and allegations. But Jim's own criminal past and proximity to Dylan made him equally suspicious. Detectives transported him to the police station, planning to use the unrelated warrant charges as—
Why the fuck he's sitting like that? Yo, Chad, what can we say about niggas that sit like that, bro? Like, come on, bro. Why is that nigga sitting like that, Chad? Nah, I'm dead,
It's an
Chad.
opportunity to question him further about Dylan. Though they didn't expect much new information from Jim, this routine questioning was about to lead to an unexpected breakthrough.
The warrant has been issued, and we're obligated by law. You found that, sir. I don't know if you realize this, but there's other bigger problems going on over there than this. Here to talk to you about that warrant. You just got brought in on that warrant. Okay. We would like to talk to you about the other things that are going on out there. We've got you. I understand that I know them better than you do. I work for them. That's why you're the one that you like the second one. Yeah, because I know it's not. Dylan used to go in the bar and he'd be bragging about how much money he's making. Dylan never carried money on him. Bought everything with credit card. But if he did have $1 in his wallet, he wouldn't give it up. And I think this is a strong arm robbery. Somebody thought they'd see this little 5'5" kid, and they think they figured, we're going to get this guy. We're going to rob this guy. We're going to intimidate him. Dylan don't intimidate. With the strong arm robbery, who do you believe did? Chase and Robert Aviles. Is there any reason anyone say you did it?
My thing is, why is he? See, he should have said, "I can't tell you, man. I don't know." But he just straight up framed my son. Yeah, look. He straight up snitched on Robert and Chase. They probably did it all three. All the three together. They probably did all the three together. Did it, bro.
Well, there's got to be somebody that's...
Nah, imagine they ganged up to kill Dylan, man.
I've known Don for over 2 years. And Don's
Nigga Donald.
Dylan just like I
Nigga Donald look old. Oh my God. I swear to God, this is gonna get me tight. Okay, we're back on the vid.
As expected, Jim Brainer's statements remained mostly consistent, and he appeared genuinely convinced Chase Venstra and Robert Aviles had something to do with Dylan's disappearance. But Brainer had more details to share. Details about Dylan himself and the dangerous individuals he was attracting.
Another one, Robert Lee, just did 10 years in prison for strong arm robbery. Lo and behold, about 3 weeks ago, a fellow from Salt Lake that bought 10 acres of land over in Montello, 2 guys went into his trailer, beat him up with a pistol, whipped him, robbed him, took his cell phone, and made it so his vehicle wouldn't run. He had to walk into town to call the police. There's a lot of shit going on in Montello. Is he the one that they talk about being pistol whipped with a butt of a gun? Is that the one? Is that something different? I think it's the same person.
Brenner would go on to mention several other people, mostly convicted criminals from the area who could have had strong motives to rob or even kill Dylan. Clearly, he wasn't exactly narrowing things down for detectives, but at least he appeared fully cooperative. However, in just moments, Brenner would let something slip. Something that would unintentionally place him right at the center of the suspect pool.
Dylan, the shy kid. His world revolves around tractors, farming. I mean, he had a couple guns that his dad gave him, and he had a shotgun, and we found that's up in Rigby. But he always carried that in the back seat. And the pistol they found that, and he was afraid to keep that loaded. He used to keep the gun in the console and keep a loaded magazine. And I told him, I said, Dylan, you either need to learn how to use that thing or put it somewhere because that's going to get you killed. And it was a little late for that, but I was telling his dad that too.
Needless to say, Jim's choice of words wasn't ideal, and this wasn't the first time his statements had raised
that shit got him caught, bro.
When Dylan first went missing,
I'll let you go before they disturb the crime scene.
Although several days had passed and the possibility of foul play was growing, detectives still found his comments odd. But with the rest of Brenner's interview,
nah, but that nigga snitched on himself.
Investigators booked him into jail on his unrelated firearm possession warrant, giving them time to further investigate any possible involvement. Shortly after Jim Brenner was taken into custody, officers finally located Chase Venstra and arrested him on his unrelated warrant out of Montana. Detectives wasted no time bringing him in for questioning, but in this first interview, Chase flatly denied any involvement, insisting locals were spreading false rumors to frame him. With no hard evidence, investigators booked him into jail, but with a strategy in mind. They placed him in a cell directly above Jim Brenner, quietly hoping they would interact, and at one point, one of them might talk or slip up. Pretty quickly, this tactic paid off when Chase reached out to detectives for another interview, claiming he knew exactly what happened to Dylan and could solve the entire case.
I came to talk to you.
Karen's called you.
She actually didn't call me. Ross called me and said that you were looking to talk about Brenner. Was it Brenner and just the case, basically, right?
Yeah, they put me in there. I'm the cell above Brenner.
Okay.
I've got to talk to him. I've talked to other cellmates.
No, Chad. This nigga is gonna snitch too. Okay, so we got two snitchers, the killer and this nigga right here. So the plan the boys had, it worked. It straight up worked. They was trying to get them together so the killer could express himself, cause they probably got something to do together. This one and the killer. So the killer probably confessed to this nigga, thinking he was his homie, but that's crazy.
Okay.
I know a lot. I can put this thing to bed for you.
Well, I mean, honestly, to be straightforward with you, I can't do anything about the charges. Me myself, right? They got to be federal, right?
No, they're state.
Oh, so I didn't even know that there were any. So
I want them charges dropped. I'll solve this case for you.
Right. I'm not able to do it, so I just came to talk to you to see if you had something you wanted to tell me.
I've got everything to tell you, but when I'm out of these chains and in my clothes,
well, and that's what I'm saying. I can't make that kind of deal with you, so it's fine if you don't want to.
That's what I want.
That's fine.
I just want to be left alone.
I mean, if you're really gonna snitch, bro, you really gotta go everything for it. Like,
I want to go.
wait, he said what? His baby?
Like, we got an ultrasound on my new baby tomorrow.
Oh, my new baby.
I want to go be there with her.
Oh.
I'm applying for a job with the state out there.
See, I fuck with this nigga, man. He's snitching for his new kid. God applaud America, man. That's a good man.
I know how it happened, where it happened, when. I know what was used and where it's at.
Okay.
I put this whole thing to bed for you guys.
Well,
okay.
And
I hate to.
I wish you could, but there's not anything I can offer you.
Yeah, I hate to be that way with you, but I gotta look out for me.
Unfortunately for detectives, their strategy backfired. Now Chase wanted
it backfired.
His freedom in exchange for information he claimed to have. But investigators had little reason to trust Chase, and without an agreement to drop his gun charges, the interview ended without providing any new leads.
Nah, they retarded, because they could have just dropped the case right there if they would have just let bro go. Not trying to get canceled.
Exactly a month since Dylan went missing, police were called out after
June 28th.
finding something suspicious in the desert. A burial site with clear signs of something dead inside.
I smelled something. But it came in and opened it. It wasn't like this. This wasn't here either. Oh.
Okay, go ahead and step away.
There's something dead in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it. Poor baby. He killed it.
Yeah, so this is the only one that you found, huh? Okay.
But it wasn't like this yesterday, though.
Okay.
Somebody came and opened it. Yeah.
So how did it look like?
This was flat. So this was on top, and then there was another.
See, but the killer is stupid, because you should have put that shit back, bro. if you diddle that middle of nowhere, anyways, you gotta put it back. I mean, he was thinking that he was in the middle of nowhere. They was never gonna catch him, but thank God, like they catched him. But like
2 or 3 dogs.
Yeah, that's not.
2 or 3 dogs.
Yeah, 2 or 3 dogs inside. It looks like.
Oh
it's
my
been
God.
For some time.
Oh my God, no, it's 3 dogs in there.
It didn't look like this yesterday. That somebody had come over and opened it up.
Oh my God, no, please don't tell me it's 3 dogs in there.
Some footprints around this too.
The burial site contained dead dogs.
No.
Not exactly what
Oh
police were
my
expecting,
God,
though
bro,
it
no
meant
way.
there still might be hope for Dylan. Just as the investigation began to settle back into a frustrating standstill, police received a call from someone they knew well. Jim Brainer's close friend, Donald Hately. He'd been around since the early days of the search, helping the family and cooperating with officers, but now, weeks into the investigation, he wanted to speak with investigators claiming he had important information to share, something he'd kept hidden ever since Dylan vanished. Detectives immediately arranged to meet with Donald, where they would finally uncover one of the first truly damning clues in the case.
Oh, I'll tell you something. Okay. I really don't think it has anything to do with anything. You guys found ammunition and stuff with gems. Yeah. And using black powder and fibs and mystic. Yeah. But he figured that would be a reason to poke either some stick or say or whatever, so he brought his black powder rifles over black colors. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where are those? I put one behind my bed, my bedroom. The other one's laying up in the corner next to the table on the couch. When did he bring them? After Dylan? Oh yeah, definitely after. Why? Basically safety. What he told me. Last time, they had him in holding for over a year, and when he got out, everything he had was gone. Everything. I can't ask you what's going through Jim's head at that time, but what's going through yours when he brings you his rifles and a 6-gun? Honestly, it looked like he was scared that, he was going to be detained for 6 months or a year and lose everything he had. He said no, but he had no idea what happened to his horses last time. Okay. All his gun, everything he owned disappeared. So why do you think he's going to get detained, or why does he think he's going to get detained for 6 months? Just because he's a felon and he could be held. So he knows he's a felon, he knows he shouldn't have them, and so he... Well, I don't know. According to him, a black powder primitive weapon is not considered a firearm. Now, if he'd brought me a firearm, I'd have said no. Okay. So sometime after, Dylan, do you remember how long after? I mean, it's only been 3 weeks now. That seems like forever. I wish that kid had just come walking down the road starting to kick his butt. I wish too. But the longer this goes, the less likely that looks. Yeah.
Donald's admission couldn't have come at a worse time for Jim Brainer. Although Donald explained that Jim hid the guns at his place out of fear of losing them, the timing was deeply suspicious. And for detectives, this was enough to place Brainer at the center of suspicion alongside Chase Venstra. Following this discovery, the firearms were seized and Jim Brainer picked up an additional firearm possession charge, keeping him in jail as the investigation continued. But detectives still lacked concrete evidence against anyone, and crucial DNA results from the bloody boots found near the shed were yet to return. It seemed like the case might stall for a while. Over a year would pass, with detectives quietly making progress, including crucial DNA results, but still no sign of Dylan himself, and no one held responsible. That is, until December 2023, when investigators got a call that would change everything.
Oh my God.
Jim Brainer's cellmate, who'd spent months locked up alongside him, claimed to know exactly what had happened to Dylan. Detectives quickly arranged an interview, expecting another bargaining scenario similar to Chase Venstra's. But what the cellmate would reveal instead was a chilling murder confession.
Whiskey Broad. How are you doing, sir? Good, thank you. So they had said that you wanted us to come back, that you had more information?
Yeah.
Or did you have information before that you just didn't give us all of it?
No, I didn't really have a whole lot of information then.
Okay.
I got plenty of information now. I got information that would probably help maybe even keep him cutting the deal that he wants to cut a deal with.
Okay.
On his right hand, nobody has noticed, he's got a bite mark.
Okay.
He's got a bite from Dylan Rounds. The 22 is what killed Dylan. Two shots.
22?
Yeah, the 22. Then,
did he tell you that?
Yeah.
The story? Tell you that?
Like 3 days ago.
Go through that.
He said it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. He was in there taking shit, and then he heard a diesel truck drive by the place he was staying in. And when he got out there, he had his 45.
Okay.
A gun that he put in a fold-over holster.
Okay, so Dylan had his gun.
And Dylan had picked it up off the sawhorses that he'd thrown his stuff all around, moved it up so he could put the truck in the
shed. Okay.
Yeah. And Dylan was holding the 45.
Okay. Dylan got the
He said he
45.
got really pissed off at him and started yelling at him and telling him get the fuck out of there. And Dylan took the gun and fired it right beside his ear. That's why he can't hear out of his right side ear.
Oh.
He said he grabbed the gun and was fighting for it. He said they ended up on the ground.
Okay, so he started fighting after he shot him in it.
Himself in the leg with the 45. And then he said
Dylan what?
With the 45. And then
Damn, he shot himself?
While they were fighting, the gun got fired like 2 or 3 times. He said there's a bullet hole in the side of the building out there you can see. He said when you guys was out there talking to him and standing in the shed or something, standing out there, he said he was sitting there looking at it.
Nigga, what?
Then,
Nah, he just snitched.
He showed me a scar on his thumb too, where he had stuck his hand in the gun that was trying to keep Dylan from firing it again, but he was clicking it, and his whole right hand was damaged at one time.
Okay.
But the bite mark is evident, very seeable, and the body is somewhere right there close by. He said he's seen tire marks over it where you guys have been driving. Somebody's been driving on it.
Did he give you any indication of where?
Fucking ads, man! Oh my god! Alright, there we go back again. We almost done with it.
Yeah, he said it's in the high desert.
Did he say that it was close to where he killed him?
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, why he's saying it.
He gave like a 25-mile circumference.
25, nigga, tell him the exact place, bro.
He heard Dylan drive by in his truck. Dylan had backed the truck into the grain shed.
No, he said the truck was still parked out.
So it wasn't backed in yet?
Yeah, no, it wasn't backed in. And that's when they had the fight. They had the fight and they were on there. He said that the round on the gun got turned. He said he heard it turning.
Like it was a revolver?
Yeah, it was a revolver. He said he got to the chance where Dylan had let quit biting him on his wrist. He latched onto him, and he said he got up and he took off out, and that's when he got to 22. Dylan told him to bring his ass back in there, or he was going to shoot the horse.
Damn.
The horse was standing outside.
Into the grain shed?
Yeah. The horse was standing out there eating grain.
Damn, he threatened his horse too, chat.
From what you're saying, did he run back to the trailer and get the 22?
He said it was behind the bags, some grain bags. He said he took 3 shots at him and they were all headshots. He said one of them grazed.
Oh my god.
On the side of the face. He pointed just like this to the side of the face, so it was red. I can't tell you if it was right side or left side. But then he said 2 more shots he shot Dylan in the head.
And that killed him?
Yeah.
And then what did he do?
Then he said he burned all his clothes. He said after he took care of everything, he burned all the clothes.
The revelations from Brynner's cellmate were chilling, to say the least.
Very chilling.
According to him, the argument that ended Dylan's life stemmed from Brynner being irritated with Dylan for repeatedly using the shed he considered his own workspace. After killing Dylan,
Nigga,
Brenner
did you
attempted
kill
to
him
cover
for
up his
working on
crime
your
by
own
loading
workspace,
Dylan's
bro?
body onto a backhoe, burying him deep in a remote stretch of the desert nearby. He then concealed the guns at Donald Hately's place and discarded Dylan's phone in a nearby pond, unaware it had recorded
Motherfucking
stupid
stupid.
proof of his crime. In addition to this confession, detectives turned back to the bloody boot DNA evidence they received a few months earlier. The state lab report confirms the blood belonged to Dylan, but they also found touch DNA matching Jim Brenner on the boots. Using this evidence, investigators then secured a search warrant for
Wait, so wait, how long did it take him to get the DNA from the boot?
And by analyzing its data, they confirmed his device had traveled toward a nearby pond the day Dylan vanished. After searching the pond, they retrieved Dylan's phone containing crucial evidence. A video clearly showing Jim Brenner in a blood-stained shirt cleaning a gun. At this point, there was no longer any doubt. Jim Brenner killed Dylan Rounds and had been hiding in plain sight all along.
Oh my god. Damn, it took him 700 days. 700 days.
Despite the overwhelming evidence, Brenner still sought to negotiate. Prosecutors were preparing for an aggravated murder trial, but still lacked Dylan's body, so Brenner offered prosecutors a deal. He would reveal the location of Dylan's body in exchange for reduced charges. In spring of 2024, Brenner guided law enforcement to Dylan's remains in the Lucin Desert. The burial site was several miles from the Greenshit property and was so well hidden that investigators had driven over the spot during earlier searches without noticing it. Inside the grave, they located Dylan's skeletal remains. Only bones and fragments of his clothing survived.
Oh my god.
On May 15th, that
No
same
way.
year, Brenner pled guilty to second-degree
Oh
murder
my
and
god, I have
2 counts of
seen this
firearm
nigga.
possession in exchange for dropping charges of desecrating remains and an unrelated aggravated assault case. On July 1st, Brenner was sentenced to 1 to 15 years for second-degrry murder and 2 additional
Oh my
1 to
god.
15-year sentences for the firearms charges.
Holy Jesus, man.
Imagínate.
Nah, that was a vid chat. That was a vid chat. No, like
Tener la capacidad de generar
still going, but I'm goddamn getting ads, dude. Still on dick. Oh wait, no, chat. That was the end, chat. Oh my god, chat. That is crazy. RIP's in the chat for Dylan, man. RIP's in the chat for Dylan, man. I don't know what this boy Dylan, but like, damn, Dylan. Damn, Dylan. R.I.P. Dylan in the chat, man. Let's see who's in the chat. Your boy Noah. What's good, Malik? VVS, what's good, VVS? Explore page, what it do, Explore? Noah, what it do, Noah? Malik. Yeah, we're like, whoa, guys, come on, guys. It's not funny. Why are y'all putting laughing emojis in the chat, man? Nah, yeah, but this is just crazy, man. Like, wow, dude. Yo, chat. I'm about to turn live off. If y'all trying to keep seeing me on live, I'm about to start up a gaming live. Y'all could go straight ahead and go to my gaming channel. It's your boy Furious, and I'm out, man.